Hey y'all, and happy Mindful Monday. So today we are diving into some interesting territory, some interesting waters today are what we're going to be exploring. Because of course, in my searches to find topics to talk about, I read a lot of articles throughout the day and try to vet to see, like, does this interest me and would this interest other people? This article that I read, it interested me. I don't know if it's going to interest everybody else, but I'm going to speak on what interested me, and y'all take from it what you want to take from it. So the article that I read, it's called The More the Merrier, I believe. It's in Vogue. I'm going to link it in the description. And the gist of the article is that people are nowadays more and more starting to value non-monogamous, I should say consensual non-monogamous relationships over monogamous ones. That could mean you're polyamorous, like your relationship is like connected, intertwined, or it could mean that you have an open relationship where you have a partner and you'll both agree that you're allowed to date other people. Now, to me, I think that in life, you can't knock something until you try it. So, if it interests you to be in a polyamorous or open relationship, and you're an adult, I would say that what better time is there than now to try something new, especially with everybody else doing it, and the possibility that just like how LGBTQ marriages are legal now in, I think, all of America, polyamorous and open marriages may also become legal. So I say do what makes you happy. Don't do something or not do something just because of public perception, especially as public perception continues to change. In the article, multiple couples that were starting to see their marriage fail were able to spark their marriage back up with polyamory or opening their relationship up. But of course, there's a whole other side to that where there are concerns about being in a polyamorous relationship or an open relationship, such as jealousy, such as one person, if it's a poly situation, one person's not getting or giving the same amount of attention to everybody involved. That can be difficult, but one plus about it is that different people can serve different purposes in your life. One person might excite you in a sexual manner while somebody else might intellectually excite you, and you have two different partners for those reasons. Like, you can put people in a box. But one part of the article that was mentioned was, on the other hand, you feel like you have all these options. So as soon as you get irritated with your partner, you're on to that next option. Or if it's a situation where you already have that partner set up, you go back and forth between the two partners with your attention. Oh, one of them's irritating me today, so I'm going to spend more time with this one today. Oh, that one's irritating me today, I'm going to spend more time with this one. That could create a lot of jealousy. That could create a lot of issues. I think that one of the biggest issues in relationships as a whole anyway is communication, and that was listed in the article as well as being a huge issue in poly and open relationships. Communication's a huge issue in any relationship. If you're not communicating honestly and as effectively as possible, it doesn't matter whether it's 2 people, 3 people, or 20 people. It's just not going to work. Communication and trust have to be a humongous part of the foundation in order for any relationship to work. Would I do it? Like, would I be in a poly relationship? I think that depends. I have tried it in my lifetime before. I've dibbled and dabbled in that realm. My dibbling and dabbling led me to the conclusion that it's not for me. I am a very one-track minded person, and it is very difficult for me to focus on multiple people at a time as it is. I cannot successfully have multiple hoes, as you say. It's just not something that works for me. Somebody's going to get neglected. Somebody's not going to get texted back. Somebody's not going to get what they want out of it. So to me, it's easier for me to just be like, you know what? I got a one-track mind, so I'm going to keep my mind on one thing at a time and one person at a time. Now, if the right situation arose and there were two people that had the communication skills and they had all this, that, or the third, maybe it'd be worth trying again. But that's not something I've come across. That being said, I haven't come across a person, one single person, that's worth me dating again. So, kind of like my last discussion, effed if you do, effed if you don't. You're either going to be successful in it or you're not. And the way I live my life, I live under the understanding that whatever's supposed to happen is what's going to happen regardless. No matter what I do, whatever's supposed to happen is what's going to happen. So I live my life on the guise of, look, if something amazing happens today, if somebody approaches me, we meet and we hit it off and we're compatible with one another, great. But I'm not out here looking for it. Either way it goes. I'm a go with the flow, live and let live type of person. And I've come into that more and more the older that I've gotten, because I used to be very, I got to control every piece of my life. I got to try to have control over things. I was a perfectionist, and every little piece had to be, if I got control over it, I'm going to do so. And I realized I have actual control over very little. The only things that I actually have control over are me, things that involve me and what I do. Otherwise, there's only so much that I can do anyway. So, yes. I didn't really get into the meat of the potatoes of the article, because honestly, that synopsis, that summary that I just gave you was pretty much what it was. People discussing how poly or openness either elevated their relationship or maybe denigrated their relationship, and what they learned from it. Again, I'm going to link that in the description, and I'm going to ask y'all to share your opinions on open and poly relationships, or as they say in the article, and I guess what the new term for it is CNM, which is consensual non-monogamy. You tell me in the comments how you feel about consensual non-monogamy, and you could tell me anonymously. You can reach out to me on Instagram and we could have a little conversation about it, and you can tell me if you're willing to let me use that data, keep your name completely out of it, or if you just want to keep that, you just have that conversation, because I want to know what y'all's opinions are, because mine's up in the air, but y'all might have already formulated your own opinion on this, and I would love to know. So that being said, I hope that everybody has a wonderful Mindful Monday, and let's accept everybody. Let's accept each other. And when I say accept everybody, I'm not going to accept people that do evil stuff. So the people that think I'm accepting y'all for your evil decisions, goodbye, boo-bye. I am talking about if people are making decisions to make themselves happy that are not a net negative to the world, allow them to do that, please. That's all I ask. But it's your choice. If you choose that you don't want to do that, I got to respect that as well. Alrighty, y'all have a happy Mindful Monday.